You may have produced a beautiful farm product, but nobody knows that it exists yet. In order for you to make a sale, people need to know that you exist. We're gonna go to the first step in our sales funnel, and that's awareness. I'm gonna talk about how I've generated awareness for my business in the past, and that's what today's video is all about. So when you're just starting out, if you have the mentality of if you will build it, then they will come, well, then you're gonna be just sitting on either a cooler full of veggies or a freezer full of chickens or whatever it is that you're growing, because people don't know you exist. There's a lot of noise out there. There's a lot of stuff on the internet. I'm sure you are painfully aware how we're all inundated with marketing and advertising, conversation, and things for buying for our attention on a regular basis. Now, the difficulty for you and me as producers is to stand out from all that noise and reach those people that we actually want to reach with our business, our farm goods, whatever it is that we have: honey, beef, vegetables, chicken, eggs, I don't care. Anyways, so awareness. What are some things I've done to say, hey, I'm standing out from the crowd. This is my business. If you want some of this, you can come and get it. All right, let's dive in. One thing I've done is post flyers at local businesses. I go to Home Depot, Tractor Supply, places where I think my customer set is gonna be shopping, is gonna be picking up stuff, maybe with their kids and have to go to the bathroom and they're doing a project on the weekend, so they're at Home Depot, and my Home Depot has really great bathrooms. Something where there's a message board. It could be a supermarket, could be yoga studio, could be a Pilates place, it could be a farm-to-table restaurant that has a place for public information, but printing up a little flyer with your info, and we won't get into graphic design in this video, but putting up a flyer with little tearaways and posting them at other local businesses, I've gotten customers that way. It's a way that works, you know, and find a way for you to track that so that you know which ones, go back and check which ones are all the tabs taken and which ones still have all their tabs and it was kind of a waste of time. Another thing I've done is set up booths at local events. There's Earth Day events, 5Ks, people do runs, bake sales, whatever. Find some kind of event and set up a booth where you can showcase your stuff. You may not get a lot of sales that day, but especially in the beginning, this was good for me for outreach, where I went to this Earth Day event and I met a lot of the people who were all about earth and hippiedom and greatness and carbon sequestration and grass growing and vegetables, and were in it. And it didn't matter if I got a lot of them, but if I got 5 or 10 great leads off of that one event in the beginning, that's building blocks. Those people are gonna talk to other people who couldn't make the event that day. So setting up a booth, sharing information, it's a good way to go. This one's fun. I did chicken appearances at local schools and library groups where I would pack up some baby chicks or a full-grown chicken in a chicken crate or a cardboard box in a way that was as peaceful as possible for the bird, and then went to that school or place of business and met with a group of either homeschool kids or actual classrooms full of kids and saw a chicken and talked about what a chicken is and how a chicken is the closest living relative to the Tyrannosaurus Rex, and how many eggs they lay in a day, and answer all the little kids' cute chicken questions. And then while you're there, have business cards and flyers that you can give to the principal or the teacher, whoever's in charge, to put in all the kids' cubbies. So when mom and dad say, what did you do at school today? They can say, oh, a chicken guy came, and then they'll have a point of reference for your information that you included for whatever it is you have in their cubby in the beginning. It could be bringing started plants to that thing, you know, whatever your specialty is. You can host an open house or a farm crawl, but let me tell you this one thing. You're gonna have to advertise that. So that is an event where you can have people come and show your growing practices and your transparency and all this beautiful way that you live and all this hard work that you do out on the farm to make things look great and produce food for people. But you're gonna have to let people know about that too. So you're back to generating awareness about your event so you can generate awareness through your event. The event itself, like a open farm or farm crawl, could be a further step down the sales funnel, which we'll cover in the future. But yeah, having that open transparency, if you have road frontage and people are driving by, this might be perfect for you because people will see open house. They don't have to buy anything, but they're gonna come in, see what you're doing, hear your presentation, and then they'll probably convert into customers from there. Hopefully, you know, that's the hope. Another way of generating online awareness, and this has worked for me in the past, is taking out online advertisements where you're taking out ads on the internet, whether it be a social network like Facebook or you're taking out Google ads. Unless you know what you're doing, don't dive into this one as like the first thing that you're gonna try. It does work, but you have to be very targeted, and that advertisement platform is a little bit of a moving target. And so unless it's your hobby or you have a friend who's really good at it, yes, it's on the table. Don't put it on the table right away. Do some of the low-hanging fruit first. When you're just starting up your farm, you might have a really good backstory of how you got on the land, whether you inherited it or you sold your business, or however you got where you are today. Everybody has an interesting story if they're excited and interested about it themselves. And you can leverage that by putting out press releases to your local radio stations, local TV and news. They're usually starved for news other than national news because people go to different places for the news, but local news really wants to tell some of those local stories. And you, my friend, are a local story. So find out how to do a press release, send it out to your local media. Don't worry about making national news. We're talking about developing a local business, not a national business. So all you have to worry about is your area. Another thing you could do is cross-market with other farmers in your area. If somebody has a vegetable CSA and wants to have a meat offering, maybe you can offer them meat, and vice versa. If people want to add honey, if there's some way where you can get in, benefit the other farmer by either increasing their customer base or their offering, or offering a commission on the sales because they're doing the marketing for you, whatever it is, find some other farmers who align with you, good friends, you feel like you can do business, have a contract, not just a handshake together, but you can do some really good, high quality cross-marketing with some other farms. After some of those things, we really get into the online world where you're developing a website that people are gonna find, so you have to learn a little bit about search engine optimization and get comfortable telling your story, both with words and with pictures, and you're gonna use those skills in your social media as well. I like to focus on Instagram and then use Instagram to auto-publish to Facebook. Facebook is kind of a shifting sands environment, more so than the rest of the internet at the time of me recording this video. So I focus on Instagram and then have that cross-published to my website and Facebook as well. And then registering with Google Maps, Google Places, so that you're a registered business, finding things like Yelp or Foursquare, whatever's relevant at the time when you do your research in this video. I have registered with Google Maps and Google Places. I have an Instagram account and I have a farm website. And these are all things throughout this entire video that I've done to try to get people into my business, or at least this is the number of things that I remember when I had to sit down and write a list to create this video. If you want to hear the next step in the sales funnel series, subscribe to the channel and wait till that next video comes out. If you're missing the last step and you don't know what a sales funnel is at all, you can go back and watch the video before this one. And if you're interested in sales and marketing, selling more chickens as a pastured poultry producer, this is the book that I have coming out in the spring of 2018. Whether it's whenever you're watching this video sometime in the future, if this book is out, just about to be out, or if you're watching this the day I published it, all the information, more information about this guy right here is on farmmarketingsolutions.com/store. You're gonna look for the pasture poultry packet number 2. Love you guys, thanks for taking the time to watch this video, and until next time, I will see you out in the field.